Hi everybody, so I'm in the Tesco car park. It is D-Day, Donna Day, Donna weighing day. I'm excited, but I'm also very nervous. I'm feeling back to normal actually today. I was more or less back to normal yesterday. If you didn't watch last week, you will know that I had done SP the week before and I wanted a £4 loss, but I only actually got a £2 loss, which I was quite peeved about. Obviously £2 is fantastic for me, but on SP I did expect a little bit more. I've done fish week before and done £4 on a fish week, so I kind of thought SP would give me the same result. Anyway, so £2, and Philippa had said to me, my Slimming World leader had said to me, if I wasn't happy with the result from SP, if I did it 100%, which I absolutely did, and I wasn't happy with the result, then she would take me through the fast forward plan. As I've said in a previous video, and anyone that's been looking at things that have been going up on Instagram, I'm sorry I've not been giving any information out about it on Instagram, but it is it's a very strict regime. For starters, I wouldn't recommend doing it anyway, and yeah, I mean, you must be part of a Slimming World group to do fast forward. Your consultant needs to know medical things, you know, there's lots of questions that need asking before, so it's not something that can just be bandied about on the internet basically. We just, you know, I wouldn't want anyone doing it and getting poorly, which I kind of did. First day, so I got weighed on the Thursday, didn't I? I did my food as normal on the Thursday. Friday, it was when I started doing fast forward. I'd gone shopping after group on Thursday. I'd written out a menu plan, as you'd seen I think on Instagram. I was sat doing that as I took an Instagram photo of the fast forward leaflet. So I did the whole week's meal planning, wrote down the ingredients obviously, or the items that I would need to go and purchase to do that for a full week, so I wouldn't need to go out the house again. It would be everything in the house, which was a good job, because when I woke up Friday, just fine as normal obviously, but by Friday tea time I had the most horrendous headache, which got worse on Saturday and throughout the weekend till it became a really bad migraine. And Friday, the first day, by about after lunch, I was getting sort of a grumbly tummy, but obviously Slimming World, as we know, you can eat a lot of stuff on Slimming World, can't you? So it is a big shock to the system. It's very regimented, everything's set out. It's kind of calculated by doctors and formulated by doctors and nutritionists. So if you're in the right circumstances and it's done correctly and you drink the water as specified, then it's not dangerous as such. And I know obviously I did get a few comments on Instagram saying, oh, please don't make yourself poorly, which thank you ever so much. I really appreciate obviously that you're thinking about me and everything. And there was a point when it got to about day 4 when I thought, this isn't worth it. And especially when a couple of people on Instagram had told me the average that people last on the fast forward is 3 days, and I can absolutely see why. I think day 3 and day 4 were my absolute worsts. All I can describe the symptoms as, obviously I had the headaches and the migraines. They started subsiding then on about day 4. But I had, from about day 3, my hips were aching, and then all my bones in my body started aching, but primarily it was on my hips. It was really, really strange. I wasn't hungry, as I say. I had the little rumbles on the first day, on the Friday. But after that, no, I wasn't hungry on the fast forward thing at all. It was the other side effects, so the migraines, aching bones. If you can hear me now, I probably still sound quite nasal. It's almost a bit like flu. That's the only way I can describe the feeling. Your bones are aching, you're absolutely exhausted. Just feeling of being a bit spaced out for a few days. And then I think I hit, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday was the first day I started feeling probably half human again. Yesterday, Wednesday, I was thinking, wow, I'm definitely over the worst now. I'm feeling much better. And today, to be honest, apart from still feeling a bit nasally, and I've had a bit of like catarrh on my chest, which probably, I mean, I don't know, maybe I've had a bit of a cold or flu while I've been doing it, or just maybe that my body has just been shocked and it's maybe not, what can I say, maybe coped as well as it would, and it's maybe brought a cold-like symptoms on, or even a cold on. So migraines, aching bones, flu-like symptoms. I wasn't hungry. I don't think I would do it again. I mean, I've read on the internet somewhere that you can, or whether it's on the leaflet that I've got here, that you can do it for 2 weeks. I just wanted to do it for a full 7 days. Obviously today's day 7. I've woken up, I've had a breakfast out of the leaflet. I will continue it till the end of today because, as I say, I bought stuff in for a full 7 days. And then I am going shopping after group to get normal, extra easy stuff. Couple of decisions, couple of lessons that I've learned through doing fast forward would be, I definitely wasn't drinking enough water before. I am actually drinking 2 litres of water a day now. In fact, yesterday I had 2 litres of water. I drink this, as I showed. I think I've shown you this before, the Highland Spring, which is what my personal trainer recommends me. Even though I'm not really on top of the personal training at the moment, I obviously did take everything he said into account, and when I do exercise, it's the exercise he set me, and I am trying to remember a bit of the nutritional information he gave me now, and Highland Spring was one of the best waters, that or Evian he recommended, low in sodium. So I've been managing always 1.5 litres, but yesterday and the day before I did 2 litres and 1 herbal tea, and yesterday I did 2 litres of that, so that's 4 bottles, and 2 herbal tea. So I had like 2.5 litres of fluid yesterday, because herbal tea hasn't got caffeine in, so it is just as good as water. You can, on your water balance apps, you can class it as water. Anything else? So I've learned, obviously I wasn't drinking enough water. My portions were definitely too big. Free food is fair enough, free food and speed food, it's all well and good that being unlimited, but everything contains a calorific content, and if you're not overly active, which, hands up, I am not overly active, my body's used to doing the dog walks and stuff now. We always all used to go as a family, sometimes we take it in turns. Mr. Dybel is perhaps too much of a nice guy, and if I'm feeling slightly under the weather, he'll take the dog, and then I may, you know, I'm okay the next day, so I'll take a sort of thing. I've not been out with the dog at all this week. I felt, as I've said on Instagram, wrapped up in a blanket, freezing cold, exhausted. But anyway, we've done all that. So portion sizes are definitely too big that I've been having. I've not been drinking enough water. What else have I learned? I've not craved anything. I've not craved chocolate. Coffee, now then. The headaches, I don't know if that was caused through the starting of this fast forward, which I suppose is, in a way, is a fast, which is maybe why they call it fast forward. I personally think that my headaches and migraines were caused because I'm a big coffee drinker. I do love my coffee. Over these past 2 days, and I've been feeling a little bit better, I've been looking into low calorie content foods, and I found a couple of great articles on the top 50 foods with low calorie values. And to be honest, most of the things that are speed foods on Slimming World, most of the things that I've been eating. But other things, there was another article that led on from that saying about things that were actually good for you. Now, coffee I actually thought was quite bad for you. And red wine I knew was kind of good in moderation. There's things in there, antioxidants and stuff. But coffee actually, I won't quote too much because I can't remember fully, so I don't want to quote the wrong information. But it's got cancer fighting things within it. I mean, you'll have to look it up, coffee, the benefits of coffee. But I'm quite surprised to hear that women that drink coffee regularly, as opposed to women that don't, actually live longer. Again, I mean, these studies, you can make what you want of them, but it is interesting. Now, I do miss the coffee. I don't think it's so much... I mean, as I said in my very first video, without my first coffee in the morning, I just wasn't coping. But I'm here today. I'm on my second bottle of water, as you can see. I'm about halfway through it. I've not had a coffee, as I said, I've not had any caffeine for this week. I think I can manage without it, although I miss the smell of it and the taste of it. So I've decided I am going to continue drinking coffee, but I'm going to drink decaffeinated coffee. I was going to introduce caffeinated coffee for my one coffee on a morning, but I mean, it's got health benefits, they say. But then if it does that to you when you come off it, I'm just umming and ahhing. I mean, tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think do you think we're better off without coffee, or do you think maybe one in the morning then go on to decaffeinated? I don't know. I mean, the survey, the article said regular, women that drink coffee regularly. So I was one of those, but boy, is it hard to, you know, if that was the side effects from me not drinking coffee, it was terrible. So I've learnt that. Obviously, I've looked into nutrition. Leading on from that, going back onto sort of extra easy with Slimming World, along with that type of food that's good for you, when I discovered that coffee was good for you, nuts and things like that. I'm not going to be scared of eating nuts. I'm going to incorporate them in. I'm going to actually start with my sins, not having so much chocolate, because as I've said, I've not craved that at all, which really surprises me, because coffee and chocolate are my big things. And I've not really craved anything. Like when I've done an SP week before, or just solely a red week, or just solely a green week, there's always been a meal or something that I've craved. And doing this fast forward, I've just not. So I think I'm gonna, well, firstly, I'm lowering my sins to 10. Absolutely, I should be on 10 sins a day now. But with those 10 sins, I'm going to try and incorporate things like nuts, seeds, maybe dried fruits, just other things. And the things on this list, I've saved the articles, and there are things on this list that are really good for your body. And actually things like almonds aid in weight loss. And a lot of these things that they've told you are good for you, if you read about them, aid in weight loss. So I'm due for my apple. My tummy just rumbled then. This is a whole new thing to me now. I never got to the stage where my tummy would rumble. I was eating to always feel full, and that is just so wrong. That is a good thing. A little rumble in the tummy, you know, that's a little signal to me that get yourself something to eat within the next half hour. And I've got my little bag here. It's got an apple for the fruit bowl at Slimming World for the Slimmer of the Week, and it's got an apple for me. And that is what I have been doing every mid-morning, is having an apple. So, well, mid-morning and mid-afternoon, it depends on the grumbles. So, but as I say, that's weird because I've not had grumbles any other time. I had a different breakfast this morning, so that might be something to do with it. A different breakfast from the fast forward. So, yeah, so what have I learnt then? So I need to drink more water. I need to lower my portion sizes. I need to spend my sins on healthier things, and I need to lower my sins. I think that's covered everything I've just spoke about. So that is sort of the side effects and how I found the fast forward plan. They are the things I'm going to do going forward. I've definitely noticed, I mean, I know I've got a little bit of foundation and stuff on today. Oh, let me know about my lipstick as well in the comments below, yes or no. It's that Girl About Town one by MAC again. I'm always a bit unsure when I put it on. But what was I going to say? That's totally thrown me now. Going forward, oh, that's totally thrown me. Yeah, so sorry, I was saying about my skin. I've definitely noticed a big improvement in my skin. It's a lot clearer. And also, when I put my jeans on today, as I said in the past, I got down to a 16, I'd say probably about 4 weeks ago, and that's a Primark 16, and they're super high-waisted skinny jeans. And when I wear them, they're not tight, but I'd say they were snug, you know, they fit snug. Today when I put them on, I'm not saying they're loose by any means, but you know, because I've been poorly, I've been wearing joggy bottoms and a t-shirt around the house. I've not been out. I've just felt dreadful. As I've said, we've done all that. And today, obviously, is the first time I've put sort of going out clothes on. And I can, you know, sometimes when you put something on, you think, God, I feel thin. I know I'm not thin. But yeah, I mean, they've been washed. So it's not that they've been worn a couple of times and they're just a bit looser. They are fresh on, clean on. Everything I've got on's clean on. So I just felt different this morning. I looked in the mirror and saw my skin was a lot clearer, which I have been saying over the past few days. But yeah, just when I put my clothing on, it did definitely feel different. So I know I've definitely lost weight this week. There's no way I couldn't have lost weight with what I've eaten. Whether I get the £4 that I'm really hoping for is another thing. I really want that £4. I think I really deserve it. It's been a bit of a crappy week. I've missed out on dog walks and time out at the park with Amelia, which it is bad in a way, but there was a couple of reasons I did this. One, because I just wanted that boost. I was getting to the stage where, even though I've bought that 12-week countdown a couple of weeks ago, sometimes you do have those thoughts. Shall I just do this from home? You know, shall I try something different? And then, you know, the other side of me says, no, but you've done that before and it's just not got you anywhere. I've maybe lost weight quickly doing a certain type of diet. And I don't see Slimming World as a diet for a start, but you know, and then it just all goes back on. And everyone I speak to that's done this, that and the other type of diet, they have lost weight, they've had great results, but it's just gone back on. Now, I've got a family, I've got a husband and I've got a 7-year-old, and I want our meals to be as normal as possible, and I do believe that Slimming World Extra Easy is just a normal balanced meal. They ask you to do all the right stuff in the ways of exercise and things. I mean, you don't have to, but they do encourage it with the extra Body Magic Awards. And the other reason was basically, as I said to Natasha, I want to know if there's something wrong with my body somewhere. Am I resistant to something? I know I'm a little bit carb intolerant, I know that. I don't get bloated half as much as I used to do, but as I say, so the other reason being, I want to know if there's something wrong physically with, not physically, how can I say it? You know, people have a bit, you know, gluten intolerant, wheat intolerant, dairy intolerant, celiac disease, anything like that. I don't know what the kind of side effects or symptoms of that are, but I wanted to do this because I know if I've done a calorie controlled, strictly regimented, doctor invented plan for a whole week and I haven't had a good weight loss, at least as much as I get with doing my fish week, what I call my fish fest week, where I just have fish and vegetables for tea every night for 7 days. You've got to love fish. If I haven't lost the same amount as that, £4 is what I did that week, then there's something wrong. And this has been balanced. So I've had carbs, I've had dairy on it. Yeah, I've had dairy on it, wheat, gluten. Yeah, it's a very varied plan, is fast forward. So I'm just wondering, is there something else stopping it? Because yes, I know we've mentioned before about the age, the fact I've done Slimming World a lot before. But if you think back to the last January when I started, I was doing those dodgy shakes, which I still can't get over that I did that. But anyway, and I struggled to lose weight on those, if you remember. And people that were doing those were losing stacks of weight every week. So, I don't know. But we shall see anyway. There's no point what-ifing. It is 5 to 11. Weigh-in starts between 11 and 1:30, so I'm going to get my backside over to group. I was going to get there early, but never mind. And as we know, you get heavier as the day goes on, so that was a bit silly of me, really. But whatever, what will be, will be. But please let that be £4. So I'm going to go. I hope you're all doing great this week. I'll come back on and let you know how I've done, of course. I'll see you in a little while. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Hello! So, I'm sitting at some traffic, some level crossings, so I thought I'd hook you up. I know you don't like me doing this when I'm driving, but I'm in a rush now. You've known me long enough to let me have a little bit of a whinge. Nothing to do with weighing. I'll get this off my chest first. I feel like you're all friends. Friends vent to each other, don't they? So I'm going to have a vent. Left Slimming World. Asked Philippa before I left. Obviously, it's gone lunchtime. I've had a very tiny breakfast, as you do on Fast Forward. Hungry. Where can I go to get one slice of wholemeal toast and a couple of poached eggs? Philippa, of course, tells me where to go. I go to where she said to go. But unfortunately, the cafe she said was above Coupland Bakers in Beverley wasn't there. It's just a storeroom. So I thought, oh, I'll have to go back and ask her where it is. I've obviously misheard her. Went back to ask her where I could go for my lunch. Bumped into another Slimming World lady. And she said, oh, no, it's not above Coupland's anymore. It's separate. It's like further. It's on the other side of down the other end of the high street. So fine, I said, I'll head down there. And she said, oh, there's a really nice place. It's a bit more expensive, but it's really nice there. I go there all the time. Do they definitely do wholemeal bread? I said, yes, I go there all the time and have wholemeal bread. I'll go that way then, because that is a couple of shops down there that I'm wanting to have a look in anyway. Traipses all the way to the other end of the high street, because we're sat kind of in the middle, to this Vanessa's in Beverley. Asked the lady on the till, do you do wholemeal bread? I always ask, because the amount of people that don't know the difference between wholemeal and brown and granaries just amazes me. This might be a lengthy rant, so if you're not interested, just click off. So brilliant. She says, I've got a lovely table in the window for you. I'll take you there now. Seats me. Be with you as soon as we can. 5 to 10 minutes later she comes and comes to take my order, and I said, you know, can you just double check that it is wholemeal bread? I said, it's very, very important. Well, I'll just go and check with the kitchen. She comes back. Well, she said it's brown, because, well, what made me ask her actually was when she said, oh, so it's brown bread with poached eggs, is it? And I said, no. I said, it's wholemeal bread, it has to be wholemeal. I wasn't like that, I was quite polite about it, obviously. Oh, I better just check with the kitchen, she said. I thought, friggin' hell, sat me down and everything. So she comes back. Oh, we actually either do brown bread. She said, we do wholemeal, but it's the granary kind. Oh my God. You know. So I said, I feel really awkward, and I know it's hard to understand for people that aren't doing a particular diet. And I said, but I really can't have it. I said, I'll explain to you as quickly as I can. I'm on Slimming World. It would be classed as sins on a normal day, but I'm not even on a normal day, so I definitely can't have granary. I can't, you know, this thing that I'm doing. And she said, oh, I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry. And she just kept apologising. She was very nice about it anyway. And I said, oh, no, it's not your fault, that's fine. So I thought, right, I'll go right to the opposite end of the high street to this secret garden that's meant to be above Coupland's, but it's now near Body Shop, not above Coupland's. Went down to Body Shop, couldn't see it anywhere. Asked somebody and they said, oh, no, it's near WH Smith. It's back down that end near the church, which is where I get weighed. It's above Thomas the Baker's. It's a Coupland cafe, but it's above Thomas the Baker. I'm like, right, okay. Trips is back down half of the high street again, so near where I get weighed. Goes upstairs to this secret garden. It's absolutely rammed. The queue is about 10 to 15 people long, and I just thought, I can't do it, because if I then get to the front of the queue and order wholemeal and they haven't got wholemeal, I'll do my fruit, the mood I'm in. I'm not really in a mood, but like after all that sort of thing. So I thought I had a bit of a do with myself. Stomped back to the car and thought, oh, stuff it, I can't go shopping. I'm just going to go home where I know there's food that I can eat. And then, obviously walking, you know, you're having a think, thinking, well, you know, shopping needs doing, and if I'm not set up for the next week, it's going to have an impact on what I lose. So I thought, have a piece of fruit. Now, luckily, I've got a bag of fruit, so you'll probably know why. Have a piece of fruit, because it's only 1 unit on the fast forward plan, because I am making sure I do the full 7 days. This is like my day 7, so I am seeing it through right till the end, even though I've got weighed, because I don't want to start on a wrong foot, if you know what I mean. So I've come back to the car, had another apple, which is 1 unit. It's kind of curbed whatever was needed, enough to get me around the shops. And yeah, so I'm here, I'm in Aldi car park, and I better tell you what went on, haven't I, in weigh-in. So let me just get my bag. So, not the result I expected, but do I ever get the result I expect? Let's face it, nowadays, you know, people do SP and lose £8 or £6. I do SP, I lose £2. I really thought after a fish week losing £4 that this extra tight corseted plan would get me £4 minimum. I mean, that was me being pessimistic. I honestly thought I might get my next award, but I didn't want to get my hopes up too much. Let me just open this window because it's boiling. Oh, shish. Wrong button. I didn't want to get my hopes up too much because you know what I'm like, you know, mood swings and that. But anyway, I got £3. I lost £3, which is really good. It's a good week for me. I've had a couple of £3 losses before on Red or whatever. And as you know, I've had that £4 loss on the Fish Fest week that I did, where I just have steamed fish and vegetables every night for tea for 7 weeks. Extra easy breakfast and extra easy lunch, other than that. So I will show you what my book looks like now, if I can. I don't want to take you off the stand though, because it's quite tricky to get you back on. So I have now had a total loss of 2 stone 5.5. So I had £2 loss last week on SP, a £3 loss this week on Fast Forward, with a total weight loss of 2 stone 5.5. They're all little scribbles that I do in my book to work out how many pound a week I need to get to such and such by such and such a date. I did very nicely. I've got my magnet in my bag, but I got Slimmer of the Week. So that really chuffed me because I was feeling not majorly down. Obviously, I'm really happy with £3, but it was a bit of a bummer. So that was nice that I got Slimmer of the Week. I got my little magnet as well in my bag to put on my fridge. So that was lovely. I have kept all the Fast Forward leaflets and stuff because, well, Philippa says now you're over the hump, you could actually do 1 more week if you wanted. They wouldn't allow me to do any more than 2. And I kind of, you know, I don't know. I know I said this is silly, but I think thinking about it, it may have been the caffeine that caused the migraines. I think my body's got used to the low calorie now. So I don't know. I would like everyone else's opinion. Obviously, this video will be up before tonight, before Thursday evening. So as you know, I'm seeing the full 7 days out on Fast Forward. So I'm okay for now. But what I would like to know in the comments below is what do you think I should do next? I'm really scared of going back onto the normal plan. I'm actually gaining weight when I'm very, very close to my next certificate. So any suggestions would be welcome. I've got tonight to sleep on it. I will be going and doing my normal shop. To be honest, a lot of the stuff that I bought for the Fast Forward would be things we'd normally buy anyway. It's just the ready meals that I bought extra to make it easier for me. And I think that's it for weigh-in. I've explained everything obviously before I got weighed in, and until you guys have left a few comments, I don't know what's going to be happening with a week ahead. Once I've made my decision, I'll post something on Instagram to let you know what I'm doing, and I think next week I'll post some meals up as well. And I did like a batch of meals when I very first started Fast Forward for you just to give you an inkling of what sort of things I was eating. It's, you know, there's a couple of things that you wouldn't think you would eat on Slimming Well, like crumpets and cornflakes, but other than that, I think everything else I've eaten would be from the normal plans. It's just very restricted. So I have had my apple out my Slimmer of the Week bag. I am overdue for lunch, but I'm just conscious of getting this shopping done before, I don't know, before I start feeling woozy. I don't know if I would, because as I say, I've been so ill. I've not done any exercise or been out and about at all, so I'm hoping on this few calories I'm not going to flake out in the middle of Aldi. So I'm going to go, I don't know, say what you want to say, tell me what you want to tell me. Let's have a chat down below. I am happy it's £3, but obviously when you've set your heart on 4, it's so close but yet so far. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, have a great rest of the week, everybody. Have a great weekend, and if I don't see you before, I'll see you next Thursday in my next update video. Alright then guys, see you then. Bye.